I'll be honest to you. I'll be very honest. When we say Tibetan culture, I think a big part, the big portion of it, we are referring to the influence of Buddhist philosophy. And this is not only in Tibet, this is everywhere. Ladakh, Bhutan, Nepal, many Himalayan regions, even China, Japan, Korea, so on and so forth. If you're talking, culture, but if you're talking about just culture, I mean, it's all relative, but compared to, like Russia, Poland, England, I don't think the Tibetans have much culture if you compare to that. Food, music, dance, literature, all of this. There's a reason for that, because in Tibet, the former king of many kings, especially King Dzongsar, he decided to spend 90% of the national budget, approximately 90% of the national budget, to propagate Buddhism, because he thinks that this is the answer to the humankind. This is the answer to the Tibetan people. He was a very spiritual king. Buddhism, definitely, Buddhism is a Buddhism has a wisdom. Buddhism is not really a religion. It has never been a religion that can be used as a political means or political tools. I don't think so. In a way, actually, to tell you the truth, Buddhism as a political tool will be the worst. I don't think it's going to work. If you use Buddhism and politics together, it will cancel each other. Buddhism will ruin the politics, and politics will ruin the Buddhism. But there are the fundamental Buddhist beliefs, if you like, or system, or the thinking, is definitely a big, big, big treasure and a wealth, not only for the traditional Buddhist countries such as Tibet or Japan or Korea, but actually in the West. And I'm not only talking about the West and East, but more like a modern world. Buddhism is ever more important, because the modern world does not realize that everything is dependent. Modern world emphasizes so much on individualism. I think with a good reason, human rights, space, individual, thinking, freedom of this, freedom of that. There is a good reason for that. But we also cannot ignore that things are dependent. You may exercise your rights, but this could lead to all kinds of disharmony. So even with this simple level, Buddhism has a lot to offer. So I don't know, I should call it Buddhist culture, but definitely the wisdom of the Buddha is ever more important. It's even more important now in the modern world.